Why, hello there everyone. I'm Laxow, aka the Kumo Sensei. Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu. Hola pessoal. And today we're going to be doing a bit of updates, molts, and feedings, so stay tuned and stick around. So the first one I really want to show everyone is Ellie, which was formerly named Nemo, and I did ask for a new name for this tarantula, and the one that I liked was Ellie. So this is Ellie. She has molted once since then, and the reason why I'm showing you guys her today is because people have been asking about Ellie, how is she doing, and what has happened since. And honestly, nothing much has happened. These are tarantulas after all. They're observational pets, and nothing really goes on in my collection because tarantulas are tarantulas, so they don't really do too much at times. And I'm also going to be feeding my frogs in this video, and for those who are new to the channel, or for those who are not caught up to the channel, I did unbox 2 new frogs in my collection, and I'll leave a video on the top right if you want to go check it out, and I will feed them later, so stay tuned if you want to see that. So my frogs are still adjusting to being fed red runner roaches, and I will variate between dubias and red runners, but for now, red runners are the start. Now previously, before I got them, they were fed on mealworms, so switching them up does take a bit of time, but they will eventually get used to it, but I'll show you that towards the end of this video. But anyhow though, in terms of green bottle blues such as Ellie that you're seeing right now, I am still looking for a male, so that is going to be something I'm going to look out for. With Ellie, she makes my 4th green bottle blue female, and I have 0 males. So a male green bottle blue is something that I'm still looking for, and I think I know exactly where to get one. So let us wait and see. So let us move on to my 3rd Neoholothella insei. So this is my 3rd adult female, and she molted about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago. So she's ready to be fed, but it kind of hurts seeing tarantulas grow older, especially adult females, because they start to slow down quite a bit, and you will notice that as you get older tarantulas. So a lot of the tarantulas I've kept are pretty much my old specimens because I don't want to sell them away, because not only do they mean something to me, but also because I don't want people getting old females in their collection and then just seeing them pass away, you know, in somebody else's collection, because that kind of hurts honestly. So I would rather keep all of the older females and let them, you know, pretty much stay in my collection where they can rest easy. But I would like to know, what do you do if you have an older female specimen? Would you sell her away? Would you keep her until the end of time? What will you do? And I do want to show you my Pamphobeteus species Pterisi or Pterisi, and this is my old adult female that I've acquired back in 2019 as an adult female, and yeah, this one is a rough molt. I honestly thought she wasn't going to make it. And what I mean by rough molt is not necessarily a bad molt, but rather a specimen struggling to molt because of her age. And this female has a lot of age on her. And if you look at her abdomen, you may notice that it is a bit damaged, and the reason why is because when she was molting due to her age, it was relatively difficult for her to molt all the way through, but she made it through and she's fine. And I did watch just in case I have to help her out, but she did it all on her own, which I'm proud of, but at the same time, it really hurts to see how the age is starting to show on a female. And since I reduced my collection, a lot of the things I've sold away are pretty much my young, mature adult females, and I've kept pretty much all of the older, mature females to myself, so that way people don't get old specimens for breeding and whatnot, because breeding an old specimen is not so great since a female may be past her prime. So I'd rather just keep them myself, so that way I know they're not being used for breeding purposes when they're past that time already. And I know there are some tarantula breeders out there that breed old females, but for me personally, I'm an ethical breeder, so if they reach a certain age, that's it. They're like no more breeding, pet only, and usually I'll keep those older females just so I know that they don't go into the hands of somebody who's looking into breeding a female. But anyhow though, let us move on to my Poecilotheria ornata. So this is one of my Poecilotheria ornata females, and she has freshly molted. And it seems that all of my females are mature because all of my females are drumming every single night now. And honestly, it keeps me up. And I know it's all of them because there's a certain section in my room or on my shelves that I hear the drummings and where it's coming from. And it's coming from all of my ornata females. And I do have some Poecilotheria ornata males as well that are mature, which is why there's a bunch of drumming going on. So if you're looking for a male, please feel free to contact me for a loan. And me, myself, I'm also looking for a male. So if anybody has a mature male Poecilotheria ornata, please let me know because I would like to acquire one. Because I'll tell you, my females are ready to go. They're drumming kind of loud, which is not very pleasant, but it at least tells me that they're ready to go. Now, let us move on to my frogs. My Pyxocephalus adspersus. So these are my African giant bullfrogs, and they are still getting adjusted to being fed red runner roaches, and I am switching between tongue feeding them and letting them hunt naturally in terms of feeding, and they are growing pretty well, and they did put on a bit of size and a bit of growth since then, because I am monitoring their size and their weights, by the way, for those who are wondering, and maybe I'll make a 6-month update video showing their progress on how they've grown and how much weight they've gained and whatnot, but that'll be for a future project, well, a future video that is. So these two little frogs are named Dandelion and Bobo, and as you can see, these two are still being quarantined, and as of now, they're doing pretty great actually. No cloudy eye, no signs of impaction, they are pooping, which is a good sign, and I do wash them every week or every now and then to ensure that they're pretty much healthy and their skin quality is good. And yes, I am pretty good at keeping frogs because second to tarantulas is frogs, for those who don't know, as I stated last time, because frogs are my therapy animal, although tarantulas are my spirit animal. So my knowledge on terrestrial frogs, such as pixie frogs and Pac-Man frogs, are pretty good, but the reason why I don't really consider myself an expert on frogs is because I don't know exactly how to breed them, because only a very small number of people in the United States actually knows how to breed them. I think we should put this into perspective. For ball python breeders, there is tens of thousands of ball python breeders here in the United States. For leopard geckos and tarantulas, there's a few thousand here in the United States, but in terms of Pac-Man frog breeders, there is maybe lesser than 200-ish people that actually work with those type of frogs, so they are very hard to come by in terms of experienced frog breeders, and there is very little information that they're willing to give out, just to put it into perspective. But I would like to be taught by somebody someday on how to actually breed those type of frogs, but maybe that'll be for another time. Because I think it would be interesting to actually learn how to breed Pac-Man frogs and pixie frogs in the future though, as another exotic pet career other than just tarantulas. But without further ado, I guess I'll call this a video for today, and as always, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to stick around. I upload every single Tuesday and Friday here on the channel, and also support my social medias such as my IG and Patreon, and shout out to my Patreon members for helping me keep my tarantulas and my animals fed. And with that, stay lax and Laxow out from the Kumo Sensei.